You guys are famous now. We're on camera.
Oh Lord.
Hey guys,
Right?
Jeff here with Smart Flippers, and we're going to cover couch flipping today. I've seen a lot of people do this business, and most of them were doing it in a way that allowed them to sort of make a lifestyle income, but not necessarily an income where the bills were paid very easily, and then they had surplus money on top of that. And so, and then the other thing that I thought was fascinating with these guys is they're not even selling a course, at least not yet, on this information. And they've been talking about how well they've been doing with it for months. Like nobody would do that, you know? And so there'd be no reason for you didn't even have like a financial incentive to get people roped in so you could charge them until maybe now. And so I was like, okay, this is different, because I have a personal friend that flipped couches for about 5 years. And he quit and he started a digital marketing company. I think he's doing well. But the main thing for him is that he just kind of did it enough to make his ends meet. And then that was it. And so it shows you the power of like a family, a wife, and a husband working together. And so they're a team, and they generally, the numbers that they post are insane. Profits of what, $1,000 to $2,000 a day, which is so good. You know, you make that kind of money and you can really change lives. Yeah, you can give money to people that you know, that you don't know, and everything in between, and then you can afford a kind of life that allows you to not have to work for the rest of it. And so anyway, with that said, we're gonna get started. You guys have any like opening remarks, or do you need any questions from me? I'll get you going.
I'll let you start.
Well, no, I have no questions. So
start back from the top. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So the biggest reason why couch flipping side hustle is so lucrative is because we offer free delivery. We live in an Instacart world where people don't want to go out to the grocery store. We don't have those big family units where you have, uncles, dads, cousins, and everyone to come help you haul and lift furniture. So offering free delivery with your own is extremely lucrative. It's going to set you apart from every other person in this market.
Yeah.
Another big deal that makes this like a really hitting side hustle is quality photos. So when we acquire a couch and we post it online to sell, just doing 3 steps to making those photos quality will set you apart from everyone. So it helps to sell your inventory 10 times faster than any other thing that you're going to sell, which is huge. So like you mentioned before, we can net about Is he still there? Are you still there? I don't know if you can hear us.
Yes, sorry, I can hear you. I was muted. Everybody was muted. Sorry, that was my fault. Keep going.
So free delivery is important. So I don't care if you have a flatbed truck, if you go and like rent a U-Haul for a day, it's really easy to sell couches to a lot of people, make a lot of money because free delivery is important. People need it. Another good thing is in this hustle, unlike many other hustles, you can cut corners a lot. So as you begin to sell couches for the first time, you notice that you could just strip off the cushion covers, throw them in the laundry, just shake some baking soda on it, and various other easy methods depending upon what the couch needs. And that will help you get your inventory out way faster. So I'm talking maybe not even an hour or so, if you're really timing it right. So this is an extremely, I feel like, important side hustle, especially in this economy, because the turnover rate is so fast and you can get higher returns with this type of hustle. So for example, we have a Cindy Crawford edition sectional out there. It's 4 pieces with an ottoman. The person just wanted to get it out of her house. She had pets. She said, right, just take it. We took the couch, brought it here, and laundered it, baking soda. It looks brand new. It could go for $2,000 tomorrow. Um,
You stumble onto couches like that every now and then.
yeah.
Someone's just like, I just want to get rid of it, and it like,
okay.
Yeah.
So
we'll do the lead generation side, like how y'all get everything.
Yeah.
We'll do that in a second. I got some specific questions there, so keep going.
Absolutely.
Keep going.
All right. So another thing too is regarding couch flipping is it's one of the few items that are extremely effective on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, things like that. And you can actually post free delivery in your the body of your listing, and it'll bring everyone's attention to your listing, and then it sells a lot faster. But also dealing with Facebook's algorithm, posting these photos using, and I can go into more detail about the photos, it's super simple, but posting your photos, putting that free delivery, it sets you apart from everyone in Facebook Marketplace. And it literally, I'm telling you, it sells so
and understanding
fast.
how to word it and whatnot, because like Facebook, the algorithm it's a beast, and figuring it, once you have the algorithm figured out and you know what to say, how to say it, it'll help your listing get pushed to the top of the list faster than other people listing similar things. Items.
And then of course there's various things like, basic sewing skills. I personally do not have a good hand in sewing, but you can't tell when I sew up like little corners of the couch and things like that. It just takes me like 20 seconds tops to repair something. Also having a good steamer, like for example, I use the Bissell spot cleaner. So if there's like a stain on a couch that can't be unzipped and thrown into the laundry, I could just steam and extract it, take me about 20 minutes, let it air dry, and it's good. So
if I may,
yeah.
Like I said about like repairs, sometimes there have been like a few cushion covers that like literally just beyond repair, just would take too long, too much effort to repair. One thing we realized recently is you find a manufacturer, you can contact the manufacturer, and then you give them, if you have like the stickers, the couch still has the stickers, let's say it has like serial number or whatnot, you give them the pertinent information. They shipped us a replacement cushion cover, and we actually had a replacement cushion with the cushion cover, and they sent it to you. If you prove that you have the couch, it's like so much less work. You wait a day or two.
So we just following these simple steps, we've gotten so good and so fast that we're literally almost selling couches at MSRP because we've been able to kind of get them back to almost original style. So it's like the pictures, they stand out so well in Marketplace now to the point where we'll list it, and then before it even gets approved by Facebook, we have like 4 people inquiring about it, and it says, oh, you did free delivery. Another thing too that I really feel like is a huge deal is being willing to travel at least 45 to 50 miles out. Don't worry about your gas, because your gas is going to be covered doing this. But if you're willing to kind of like broaden your metron a little bit and haul that couch to like 45, 50 miles, you are going to plan. If you schedule your deliveries, like say, hey, I can leave at like 6 a.m., get there at like 7 or 8, do 2 couches, you're by noon, and that's like a whole week's worth of pay in like one day.
Right.
It's really serious.
Okay. So my first question always is like, how do you get them? Are you looking only on Facebook Marketplace, or like, what are your, top 3 ways that you get couches?
Oh, well, I'm kind of good at this question, so sorry. So one of the 3 biggest ways I do it is I go to Facebook Marketplace, and Facebook Marketplace has a thing where you kind of, if you type in sectionals, couches, sofas, it'll automatically pull up everything, and then you just have to stretch that radius. You can find them on Craigslist. I know Craigslist is pretty much dead, but you can also find some cheap sectionals on there. Offer a little bit more pricey, but you can, we like to stay within the 200, from the free to 250 range, because I like the high margins of reselling it for more, but
we figured market so that we know what people are selling certain couches for. We know what we can actually get for them when they're good enough. But it also comes down to being discretionary on when I go pick up the couches. And I have a list of what I look for in a couch.
But I feel like
is a deal breaker or not.
Facebook Marketplace, like if you also do research like on YouTube and other people who do it big time, like Ryan Pineda style, they will all say Marketplace is the place to go to get it. And you just can't be afraid to kind of maybe go outside of your city limits and stuff, but there's all inventory, and I'm telling you, it posts, like, I will look for inventory and there won't be anything, like, but then 2 minutes later, it'll be 4 free couches up for grabs.
90%, I would say, of between Facebook, OfferUp, and Craigslist, I would say at least 90% of our inventory comes from Facebook Market.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Now, do you
haven't had to look much further.
Yeah.
When someone offers one for free, do you take them up for free, or do you offer them a little bit to take the listing down? Because they're getting like 1 million responses probably, yeah.
For us personally, we don't really run into a problem of having to compete with free couches because we've honed our skill just following these steps that most people don't think to do it this way. So the couch is usually available for us to get because, like, we've gotten it down to the point where not many people want to deal with it because they don't know the strategic ways to flip it fast and right.
And when you see it, okay, that's a $250 profit, and you're like, hey, we can come right now or in 2 hours. Yeah. We have a truck and trailer ready to go. And they're they're like, probably like, thank God, because I've already had like 50 messages and I just can't deal with this anymore.
Right. We jump on and say, I have a truck and trailer, I'm ready. And you jump on the free one because it's free. It's less worrying about, spending money on it. That it makes it so that what comes down to is it worth anything? Can I make my minimum? Right. Like, because I personally have like a rule of thumb. I want to make at least $400 off every couch, at least $400. So if I look at the couch and I see it's like, if it's free for a reason, like if it's too ripped up, too shredded, or too dirty. But
the only thing that you should ever walk away from, number one, is bed bugs, structurally unsound couches where the wood frame itself is destroyed or broken.
Unless you're handy enough.
And then the third used to be couches with busted springs, but now there's new stuff out on Amazon that you can buy for super cheap to even fix a busted spring now. Like I've had a couch that was shot off and we sold it for like $750 and it was free. Yeah, like it was the arm was shot off.
You fixed the springs, or how'd you do that?
Oh yeah, so you.
I actually had to shave. One was like the part of the back. I had to use hammer nails. Yeah. Hammer nails and shore up the frame. But then another one had like the previous owner's pet had just gnawed off part of the corner of the front hand armrest, and I chiseled away a bunch of the wood. And then we took the fabric, put it together, and then we let them know, hey, it had this. We repaired it like this. Like when it's like very obvious stuff. Right. If you're forthcoming about stuff that about obvious issues, there's still people still buy it from me because they're like, oh, okay, well that's it then. Yeah. Thank you for letting us know.
So back to what you're saying about busted springs. On Amazon, there is a special strap that you can buy that will repair a broken spring without you having to go full like Incredible Hulk trying to use every muscle in your body trying to get those springs back together. You can just buy a strap and one and done.
Right.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're sourcing these mostly on Facebook Marketplace, so no not much inbound leads, like people saying, hey, I have a couch. Like you're not running any sort of paid advertising, no signs or.
So that's a good question. So we mastered the process so well that we don't really need to advertise. However, if there's a really slow week, like say it's before payday, we will run a Facebook ad and do a boost for like $3 a day. Okay. But it's worth it for a couch that's like $1,500. Mm-hmm. And then it'll usually sell within 24 hours because it'll broaden your reach to people. Like however far you're willing to go, we usually set it to about 50-mile radius. Sometimes we'll do 70 miles, but for a $1,500 couch is usually worth it. So we'll do that. But the thing about the boost is, once you use the boost once and you get that traction from it, every couch you post after usually flies off immediately. Okay. Like you don't have to use it often at all.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. And so can you give me like give me the details on maybe 2-3 different recent couch flips that you did that are sort of different, like different situations, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
There was one. I do most of the repair work and cleaning. And so one that I had is like, this guy sold me a couch, like it had the fixed cushions. So all the cushion, the seat cushion or the backs were affixed to the couch. The back cushions were affixed to the couch. When I noticed that it was really sunken in, like they looked like, I was like, they looked like they were missing the stuffing. And I thought that was kind of weird, but the couch itself was in good shape. When I brought it home, I flipped the couch over on its head, and I noticed that the back side of the couch, the back side of the inside of the fabric holding the whatchamacallit, stuffing in, had come out, and and all of the fluff was still inside the couch, but like not in the thing anymore. So basically all I do is stuff it back into the cushions and staple it back on. Like we get, I got like carpenter staples and did that, and it turned a couch. Hold on, it turned a couch that looked like old and run down into nice and big and vibrant again.
So yeah, and a lot of people might get scared and intimidated about like really run down couches, but one thing people have to understand is there's nothing you can't fix in like a few seconds. Like for example, when couches are decrepit, dude, just spray some fucking water on it and it will fluff back up like it's brand new. Let it sit in the sun like an hour, and I'm telling you, the cushions will spring back to life like crazy. It does not look like the same couch anymore, and you've done zero effort to do that, you know?
Okay.
So I think a lot of people just don't understand how simple it is. Like sectionals are extremely, like they're one and done. They don't have a special equation. They just have the same equation every time.
Okay. What was another one you got? Another deal you did? Because you're saying $400 in profit. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what does that look like? Is that sectional usually, or is that sometimes like just a regular?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. So I highly recommend, this is just my personal opinion, I highly recommend always going with sectionals.
Always sectionals.
Always sectionals.
At least in our market. That's one thing, knowing our market, and I know you're asking about specific things, but it's like specific. Like we had when we first started, we bought like a couch set, and it was a regular 3-person couch, and it came with a love seat. It took a month to sell.
Yeah.
It was very nice looking, and then we realized that people weren't really looking for a couch set or a love seats, and so we had to like bring the price down, sell it, and then sectionals became the go-getter.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry to cut you off. I feel like this is really important. So the 3-seaters with the chases are nice, like on a rainy day if you want to make a quick $100, but do not expect to sell that for $400. And I think that's where people make the biggest mistakes and neg themselves out so bad that they don't want to return to couch flipping. I feel like sectionals are extremely easy to come by. Like there's no shortage of sectionals ever in the marketplace. If you stick with the sectionals, stay with neutral colors, and by that I mean like solid colors. Like don't get like an army camouflage couch or a jean couch or anything like that. You are guaranteed to make, about $500 with each flip. So it doesn't matter how cheap it is you bought it. However, you just price according to make that goal, and then you can get that goal. So like I've said, we've had shot off couches. We've had couches that had like sus,
I've had to repair the back of one couch where it's like, the
whole back was just gone.
Yeah, well, it was gone in the regards of like, it was a leather back couch, and part of the part of the back that was just like a back spine was literally like popped off, broken in half, and like sticking out. Like someone had done a pile drive on that couch.
Yeah.
I took a piece, like there's an old chair that we had that we don't use, like in our attic. I took the chair apart and used it to put that spine back together, bolted it back up, and we actually sewed the leather back up, and that couch sold for like $500-$600.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just because we were up front with them, we said, "Hey, repaired it's actually better than it was." And usually this is the back of the couch, and it's a very obvious fix. It's easy. It's easy to say, well, this part is going to usually be against the wall. These are good for going against the wall, so you're really not see anyways. And they take a look at it, and they just love it, and they're just they love us being forthcoming. And that was a particularly stressful couch for me.
Right. Yeah, that was a lot more effort than usual. Okay, so the deal is you wake up early. You look on Marketplace. Let's just narrow it down to Marketplace. and you constantly refreshing and re-looking on there, right? And then when people post a deal, like now, you know your numbers, you know exactly what you're looking for. And when it comes up, you know it's either the right price or close to it. And then you're hitting them up pretty aggressively saying, hey, we're ready to go. We got a truck and trailer. Where are we coming to?
Kind of. So basically, on Marketplace, you can actually set notifications on Marketplace to send you a notification whenever a new couch pops up immediately. And then you usually have about 4 to 5 to choose from. Yeah. So you normally have 4 to 5 to choose from anyway. So you're not necessarily having to be aggressive. You just kind of like waiting on someone to kind of bite, so to speak, and say like, yeah, you can go ahead and come here. And then you just, whoever responds to you first, you go and pick up their couch.
That's interesting because I've set those notifications and they just never really, for phones at least, they never really work out. They'll send them and it's like, it got listed an hour ago or 2 hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some softwares that I'm testing for that make it better, but where you're getting the instant, like every time it's an actual new one, boom, you're getting an email or you're getting a message that way. Okay, so you're not having to be that aggressive, but you know your numbers. You make the offer. How often do you have to negotiate? Are you negotiating every single deal, or if the price is already right, do you just leave it as is?
So I'll let him explain this.
When it comes to when it comes to negotiating, yes, you always look for always
Try to take
look
off.
for reasons to negotiate a price.
Yeah.
Because usually when they say like not that we try to stay away from, but when they say $200 firm, it's like unless it's a really good looking couch, then we usually stay away from them. But even if it's like a $300 couch, and then we look at it, we see the pictures and it's like, okay, well, it looks okay, good enough to take a look at in person. When I go look at it, I will nitpick. Like usually when I go to pick up the couch, all right, let's get in the truck. I said, well, can I take a look at it real quick? Because I just want to make sure that it's okay. And they said, well, okay. And I go in and I will basically take a magnifying glass to it. I take cushions off that they can come up. I press down on the spring so that I can like look in the crevices, because the crevices of like where your butt sits is where the bed bugs love to live.
Yeah.
And so you go look in there. If you see like even, and that's a big thing, but if you see like seams are like just don't look perfect or whatnot, or because like you have to basically have the mentality of they're selling a couch and it's got to be perfect to be the whatever price we say, $250 or lower. But then I'll look at it and say, hey, I see this, I got to do this. I got either I'm going to have to do this work, or I'm going to have to pay someone to do more work for this because I don't want my kids getting any of this dirt on it. So can you take X amount of money off? And usually when you spend so much time on the couch, like looking at it and tell them X, Y, and Z that they didn't, that they were normally not prepared for, they'll go, okay. And like 9 times out of 10, I'll get my asking price for what I'm going to pay.
Okay. All right. Now, you do check. I mean, how do you check for bed bugs? Is there something there?
Well, so bed bugs are notorious. They have a very distinct pattern. We've never run into bed bugs, so let's just be clear about that. But
there are videos on YouTube that show where to look for it, and it's
so they kind of gather at the base. Like they're very distinct. Like if you look at like 5 or 6 bed bugs videos, you will have burned in your head what they look like. You can't miss them. You cannot miss them.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I imagine that would be a huge problem.
Yeah, like any crack or crevices is where they live, and the deeper the crack or crevice, the more likely it is to see a bed bug. That's why I make sure I press down on the cushions and everything, and all the spring areas.
But that's like that's the biggest fear in couch living. Like bed bugs is about the only fear that I can imagine. But there's even steamers that they're high end, like $5,000 for that. But I'm not necessarily interested in going that far, but I think bed bugs would be the only thing that would probably be the scariest thing in couch living. But we've been doing this for almost like 2 years now, and we've never run into a bed bug. But just rule of thumb with bed bugs.
We get some wild stuff though, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I'm assuming y'all go pick up together, so 2 people to pick up, yeah? Or do the homeowners usually help you?
Pick up on myself.
Yeah, he's a one-man show when it comes to pickup.
Okay.
I figured out how to lift the couch by myself.
Yeah, I'm sure your functional strength, I'm assuming, gets better in time there. So you get it back to, you have a warehouse, or you have your garage, or how you do that?
Oh, we realized that after talking with other flippers that the garage is best because you can just stack them linearly and fit like 20 in like a really tiny garage and
Okay.
still have space cleaning space. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So they're all in your garage. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming do you have a process where you get them home and you turn them around and get them picture ready and take pictures right away?
Oh yeah.
We have like one
Yes.
corner of our garage dedicated towards the staging.
So basically what we do is he hauls the couches, get them in, he sets them up to clean. Immediately the first thing he does is strip them down, covers go into the washing machine. Spray the cushions part down with baking soda. Baking soda is going to be basically your bread and butter in this whole thing because it absorbs smells like I've never seen before. Lift up your garage door, let the sunlight hit it. The sunlight will literally change the color and neutralize really bad stains.
Fresh air and sun.
Fresh air and sun. And then once that happens, you can spray like a little deodorizer on it, let it air dry. Once the cushions come out, you know what settings to use for different colors, and put them back on brand new.
Right.
And then it's just the back cushions that don't detach. We have a spot cleaner for that. Make sure it takes a couple seconds to go past it. Let it air dry. The sunlight will get the colors looking perfect, and then it's ready to post.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we said, the couch just worked on.
What was
we
that?
got it last night, and the couch that we just got last night that I worked on, it smelled like so many animals that lived on it, and now it's almost fresh. Completely, just by doing that.
Right. So that's probably something that the seller is like, yeah, it smells really bad, and they get rid of it for cheap, and you're like, yeah, no problem. How do you get this? You put baking soda on the part that's not like that you can't take off of, and then you steam that off, or how does that work? Like for everything that's not a cushion.
So what I've learned just from tons of research when it comes to deodorizing and making couches fully restored again is taking off the couch cover, like unzipping them and putting it in the laundry.
The cushion cover, yeah.
Yeah, but then the actual sponge that you stripped
the cushion
off,
itself, yeah.
You can put baking powder on it, but you're gonna want to let it sit overnight, okay?
Right.
Vacuum it off. Now it's going to neutralize smells that are really deep within the couch. So you don't necessarily have to extract it for like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Then when you put the new cover on, the baking soda has neutralized everything, and it has sanitized it.
Right.
So then you can turn around and flip it. Now, some stains you do need a spot cleaner, but that's on a case-by-case basis, but not anything that should be taking too much of your time. You know what I mean?
Wait. Sorry, did I miss this? For like the backs and the sides that you can't take off, are you putting baking soda on that, letting it sit in the sun, and then vacuuming that off?
No,
you only use baking soda for the cushions that like the cushions themselves that you can't like, and let's say if it's usually the butt cushions 9 times out of 10
the butt and back cushions,
you can take off. Sometimes the back cushion is permanently affixed. Those you have to take a steamer towards too. But the butt cushions, you take the cushion cover off of that, throw that in the washing machine, and then you just normally don't have to clean the cushion itself. You just put baking soda on that.
Right.
And then the rest of the couch is
pretty much
steamed.
Yeah.
Okay. With the degreaser and then so.
Yeah, but the rest of the couch does not need to be steamed unless it's a case-by-case basis. So
true, yes.
That's not anything that's going to take any amount of time. You can do that on a case-by-case basis. Normally, we don't get couches that are decrepit enough to need a full makeover like that.
I have one last question, and we got to wrap it up. One last question is I live in a rainy climate. What do you cover it up with when you're like, it rains almost every day?
Okay.
Yeah. How do you go about that? Like covering stuff up? Because I would have to probably spend a lot more time than someone in a dry climate making sure that doesn't happen. Yeah.
Walmart tarps is gonna be your best friend, dude.
Yeah, like 10. I just had to buy some new ones, 10 millimeter thick, whatever it's called, 10 mil or 10 M camping tarps or whatnot that you get at the outdoor section of Walmart. And I put one on the bottom of my trailer and then one on top of my trailer, like covering it, and like honestly, the other day when I had to make a delivery, I had to wait for breaks in the weather in order to do it, because like I would get part of the couch onto the trailer and then have to like cover up immediately because it started raining, and then I would wait for a break and then put more on, and then I had that bungee, and you strap it down with just toe straps, bungee cords.
Okay.
Depending on your situation, your trailer
Let me just
situation.
see this really quickly because this is gonna be really helpful.
Yeah.
Our driveway is on a steep hill. If your driveway
Hang on, I lost you. Can't hear you.
is a lot different from most people's,
Hey, I missed all
if you're in a
that.
storage unit.
I missed all of that.
Oh,
Sorry.
can you hear us? Can you hear
Yeah, I
us?
can hear you
So,
now. I can hear you now.
Sorry, we had
Yeah. So what I was saying was, the important thing is we are on a steep hill in our garage, which is why it's hard. But if you have a regular garage or storage unit, you can literally just drive your vehicle up to the storage unit and then load in from the rain, and you shouldn't get rained on. And then again, use those tarps and those things to cover up from the rain.
Right.
So our situation is we're on a cliff, basically.
we have a house on a hill.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, normally this would be a little bit longer. I'm short on time, and so I'm going to end this. And I'm super appreciative of you guys. I'm like I said, I'm at the recording, so I can put it in the group so other people can see this as well. And just so this is on the recording, you guys don't currently have you don't currently offer coaching for this, but I'll tag you in the post, and if people want to hit you up, and you guys can work out whatever deal you want to do from there, or if you don't want to do it, right? And that's totally your call. And hopefully this blesses a lot of people, and this is fantastic information. So I appreciate y'all coming on and sharing your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your time.